What is the good word? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm off of mute. My camera is working. I think this is probably the very first time in like 6 or 7 weeks, probably a good 10 live shows, that I've actually either not had my stuff muted or it sounded like crap, or I didn't have my camera on or something was amiss. But welcome to Technically Speaking Live, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Thursdays in our Queensland, Australia office. Shout out to the Wannabe Geek for being the CEO in the motherland of Australia. Got a banger of a show today. We're going to talk about some stuff that came out from the Samsung FE event. Probably going to talk about the Pixel 5, all the rumors. We're getting close to that Google Night In September 30th launch. Also going to be talking about, as soon as I can get to my show notes. So we got the FE, which is the fan edition of the Samsung phone. I'm going to tell you, people are freaking out about this whole 120 hertz deal with Apple, and it makes me do this. It literally makes me do this. Also, if you were watching the show last week, you know that Stats and I were furiously trying to get a PlayStation 5 pre-order. By the way, spoiler alert, we still sucked at that. We still didn't get a PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So Microsoft just yesterday did their launch or pre-order launch of the Series X and Series S, so the disc and the discless versions of the Xbox, and we're going to talk about my experience with that as well. Again, talking about the Pixel 5 rumors, talking about Google Night In. We're going to probably pull up some stuff, and we're going to do, I'm going to say probably 8 times of an all skate. So if you've been watching the last several shows, you know that I have added music, a very certain genre specific type music. And we'll probably talk about that too. But let's head to the comments. I see that we have a pretty good solid showing so far. Mr. Larry, thank you so much. We're going to talk about that 120 hertz. I know that you, sir, are a fan of the iPhones. Miss Kathleen, thank you so much for showing in. And the mayor, Mr. Mayor, welcome. Welcome. I know that there are folks out there that have ordered a peach hat. I don't have one with me. There's one that's right here. This is a limited edition, one of one only. But if you ordered a peach hat, take a picture of yourself, send a selfie, and I will put you in one of my next videos. Find me on the tweet machine, Twitter, at Scott Peachy, or on Instagram, at the Scott Peachy. DM me. I will put you in the next video and show off the merch, because I only have hats. So shout out to Mr. Stitch Up for that. Andrew, Giovanni, Gabriel, thank you so much. You're probably going to notice that there is no Stats tonight. I highly imagine that Stats is probably not even watching the show, because Stats, in his illustrious career as an executive producer, he doesn't actually watch the show. He literally just sits here and we have a conversation, or he's on Skype and we just have a conversation. So his executive producing really is just nothing more than a conversation with the microphone. That's literally all he does. Every once in a while he comes up with comments, but he's currently gallivanting around in the streets of Memphis. I think there was a song about that. A song about in the 80s. What was it? Oh my gosh, it's going to really get me. Somebody needs to just trigger my memory. It's a song, Walking on Memphis. Boom. Yes. And I'm walking in Memphis. Dun, dun, dun. Walking in the Hayden Street off of you. And walking in Memphis. That's right. I went there. I couldn't tell you who sang it, but Walking in Memphis is the name of that song. So he's currently walking in Memphis. Walking to Memphis, see? Bam. Thank you, Miss Kathleen, coming through. Yes. Stats isn't here tonight. It's because he is taking off yet again another week. Man gets more vacation than I've ever seen anyone in the history of the world. I don't know if he actually ever really does anything. And I can say that because he's not here. So there's that. American Idol, Tuna Tech, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you are enjoying your Fold 2 because I'm sure you have the Fold 2. You get all of the things. But number one, I did bring a new song in. I think it's this one. Nope, that was from last week. Miss Adrienne L., thank you so much for coming by. Yeah. Technically speaking, Wednesday night live show. So I'm probably going to do that a time or two and then do the all skate. But I want to talk about a few things. I got a couple things that I want to talk about from a Samsung perspective because it really rubs me the wrong way. But the first thing, go Bucks! You got Joe Burrow in a national title. That we're going to go there. But I want to talk about Samsung and the Fan Edition. Samsung they're really killing the game in 2020. I've said it on Twitter. I think the surprise darling of the year is LG. They got the V60, they got the Velvet, and then they got the Wing. I think those three phones are just a phenomenal lineup. But then Technically T actually said it best. Samsung has just killed 2020 in terms of smartphones. And as much of a dumpster fire as 2020 has been, and it has definitely been a dumpster fire, in the world of smartphones, we have seen some just phenomenal smartphones. 2020 is one of the most powerful years in terms of smartphones. You got things, you got the Fold 2, which was a tremendous upgrade over the original. You have the Wing, which is set to be ideal. You got some of the rumors from the Pixel 5, which just looks honestly awesome. Then you got the old standby. You got the iPhone 12 that's going to be coming out. We're going to talk about the iPhone 12 here in a little bit, but what Samsung has done with the Fan Edition is they have taken the guts of a really good flagship device. You know, they're talking about 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. It was either 6 or 8 gigs of RAM in the Fan Edition. I can't exactly remember. It's at least 6, if not 8. They also have 5G enabled, the 865 processor, which is the same processor that you're going to find in the S20 Ultra. And you're going to get that at a fraction of the cost compared to like the Fold 2. Might I add, they're actually putting the same cameras from the Fold 2 in this Fan Edition, which means you can get as good of photos using a $2,000 device with now what they're saying is a $700 device, so $699. Tuna Tech actually says that it's the Fold, the Flip, the Note, the FE, and then the A series. I don't know. I have a Note 20 Ultra. I picked it up on just a hell of a deal with AT&T. If you are AT&T right now, they are doing some bananas trade-ins, like very old devices. As long as the device is one of those ones that counts and it's at least worth $60, they'll give you $1,000 off a Note device, which means if you get the plastic one, it's free. If you get the Ultra like I did, it's $300 plus tax. So tax on the whole thing was like $97. So I was able to get a Note 20 Ultra 5G with my line, with the line at AT&T, which I already had. I had an upgrade. It just didn't do anything, for literally $397, which is unheard of with how powerful that phone is. And it's a great phone. Don't get me wrong. The battery life, I mean, if I get 5 to 7 hours of screen on time, I'm good. I would expect it to be better, but I mean, it's pretty baller of a display, which means it's going to be just sucking the life out of that battery because it's so bright and so big and so vivid. Pause. So anyway, going back to this Fan Edition, I want to be mad at Samsung. Like, I really want to be mad at Samsung for the fact that they are pumping out like all of these different devices. But I can't really be mad because if you want the power of choice, you can pretty much have it however you want it. Pause. You can have a phone that flips up. You can have a phone that opens up like a book. You can have a regular candy bar style phone. You can have a phone that's 5G. You can have a phone that's not 5G. You can have so many different types of devices. And Samsung is basically there for you. I think they put a lot of bloatware on their devices. On the Note 20 that I have, I installed Lawn Chair to make it look just like a Pixel because I really like the style of what the Pixels have. So the swipe left where you have your Google Now feed, it looks just like a Pixel device in terms of that. Man, I'm just telling you, it is just a phenomenal lineup that they have. And it's hard to argue that they're not the device manufacturer of the year in terms of Android. You would be really hard pressed to say another one could overtake them. I don't think it's the device of the year. I think the device of the year is the 4A, like from Pixel. Like to me, that is the device of the year. It's $350, and just like Tuna Tech said, the camera, in my opinion, is better overall. Definitely from a photos perspective. From a video perspective, no, it's not going to do that. But I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't mean the 4A is bad at video. It just means that the Note 20 Ultra does 8K. That's really hard to argue with. The stabilization is really good. The 4A stabilization is also really, really good, but only does 4K 30. So, I mean, it is what it is. Just depends on what you're trying to go for. I personally also like the photos out of the 4A more than the Note 20, but that's just me personally. The FE edition's really not going to do much for a person who already has a Note, in my opinion, the Note 20 or the Fold. Look, you're going to buy the Fold because you want a foldable phone. Price is probably not going to be the thing that stops you from buying a Fold. Although I did make a video where everyone told me not to tell them how to spend their money, but you can get a lot of things for $2,000, and that now goes for, you can get a pretty baller, very much a flagship level Samsung device and a Samsung tablet that is really good too for still not $2,000. So there's that. So take that as you will. And also, can we talk about the fact that no one ever, anybody that's out there, you, the 10 that are watching right now, never buy a Samsung device on the day that it launches, because inevitably, every single time, Samsung does the following. Like a week later, it'll be like a buy one, get one at some random, like it'll be buy one, get one, either Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, or it'll automatically be $100 off from the get-go. It'll also be like $200 or $300 off within like a month, because that's exactly what ends up happening. The Note 20 was like $300 off within 2 weeks of being at AT&T. What are you doing? Like, why? Why do that? So never, ever, ever do not buy a Samsung phone on launch day, with the only exception probably being the Fold, because I just do not see that thing ever getting like a BOGO or being off in terms of price. Never do I see the Fold doing that. But even with the Flip, I want to say that if I would normally say, hey, stats, look this up, I want to say even the Flip had a reduction in price at some point, or there was some sort of deal with it, to me, that still didn't justify buying it the first day, because inevitably it will be several hundreds of dollars off. And I even saw a tweet from Travis MCP that said, for folks that are trying to return the Fold, Samsung is going like, hey, here's $100, just keep it, which is effectively the same thing of giving you $100 off. Just lower the price from day one. Say day one, look, we're going to tell you that it's $6.99, or no, here we're going to tell you that it's $14.99, but really going to give it to you for $12.99. Just say the $12.99. Just literally say $12.99. Anyway, so let's go to the comments really quick. Oh yeah, AT&T does add a ton of bloatware. Big Ben. Well, first of all, Big Ben, you said go Steelers. I'm a Browns fan, so there's that. But anyway, rumors saying Pixel 5. We're going to talk about the Pixel 5 here in a little bit. Miss Sheila, thank you so much for coming by. Vito, excited to see the Pixel 5 launch, seeing the S20 FE with the bigger battery, 6.5-inch screen, 865 processor, 3 cameras for $700, which is what the Pixel will be. That makes me mad. I could see that. Waiting for the reduction. Yeah, wait for further reductions. Curious what they're going to do to start discounting. Yeah, we just talked about that. Digital Slang, thank you so much. Vito, I would love this very much if this was true. That would be a crazy thing to see. Like, I mean, I guess it's not like I saw Mark, is it Guim? Guim on Twitter actually say that everybody was talking about how the 4A was going to be $399, then it came in at $349 the day. Like, he's not wrong. Definitely did that. So it's super interesting. And I knew someone was going to ask us. I don't have it. I literally do not have it. I'm telling you, I do not have it. I haven't had it. I don't have it. I will be ordering it day one when it comes out. There's no question about that based on the stats that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. But I don't have it. And I know you're going to keep asking. I'm going to keep giving you the same answer, baby. I ain't got it, bro. I ain't got it. But I do have Cottonmouth. And I cannot sell you my 4A because I love my 4A. I have it in a Ghost Tech, I've never had a Ghost Tech case before, and I really like this one because, oh my God, why can't I do it? It has a little kickstand, still a little kickstand, which is super sweet, and I really, really like it. So I can just set it there and do a thing. Digital Slang. Here we go. All skate. Yeah. I promised you I'd do this 6 times. That was 2 if we're keeping count. So I have to talk about Apple and this 120 hertz refresh gate. I don't know if it's been coined as refresh gate. If it hasn't, I would like to be the person that says refresh gate. This 120 hertz refresh gate. I have seen so many people make videos. I have seen so many comments on Instagram. I've seen so many comments on Twitter. I don't know why I can't think of that word. So many people talk about how it will be ridiculous that Apple can put 120 hertz refresh rate on their screens for their iPads, but they can't do it for their phones. I am here to tell you, I have the Note 20 Ultra. I'm telling you now, the screen, when it's smooth, it's great. It's fine. I didn't buy it for the fact that it does 120 hertz. Honestly, without the AT&T deal, I wouldn't have bought it at all. And I would have to argue that the majority of the consumers are going to be like that. You see that you get this super powerful device. I can tell you right now, AT&T ain't out there pimping it saying it's got 120 hertz. It's got 120 hertz, but you can get $1,000 off. Do you know what the average consumer hears? Wait, I can get that for $1,000 off, which means I'm only going to pay for like $300 for a phone that does 8K. That's 5G. And takes great pictures. That's exactly what they hear. They don't hear anything at all about 120 hertz. You know what? I even said, I put some notes in my show notes here that said, if I were to walk up to my mother, whom is more average consumer than most, and literally said, hey mom, do you know what 120 hertz refresh rate is? She would give me some answer that's not even in the ballpark. Not even in the ballpark of what it actually would be. She'd probably say something like, I don't know, how fast it refreshes at a thing? Like the internet? Well, no. And Digital Slang right here. This is perfect. Not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. It is nice. Most people besides us tech nerds do not care. I turned it off. So on the Note 20, if you go like to the craziest setting of like the highest of high-end quality, you don't get the smooth 90 or 120 hertz that comes with the refresh rate. Guess what? Didn't care at all. Still don't care. And the average consumer is not going to care at all. And if you think the people who are going to buy the iPhone 12 are going to care over the fact that it's only 60 hertz, you're sadly mistaken. The people don't care. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong. It looks great. I would argue that's not even a top 6, maybe not even a top 10 consideration. I don't even think people put that in the realm of why they would buy an iPhone. What's one of the reasons why somebody buys an iPhone? Well, it's an iPhone because it's an Apple. So it's a status product, right? So there's that. The fact that it takes great pictures, does great video. So there's 3 right there. Has moderately good battery life. You get tons of accessories for it. Then you also have the fact that it's still an Apple. You have the ecosystem that you're getting into. So if you have an Apple Watch, you're in there too. You got iMessage, you got AirDrop. Nothing matters about the screen. All they're going to say is it cracked? Nope. Does it look good? Yeah, it's pretty bright in the sunshine. Cool. Great. Yeah, and Digital Slang is right. iPhones are buttery smooth at 60 hertz. iMessage, I don't get the whole iMessage phenomenon. I just don't. I don't really understand the bubble part. With my Pixel, you get the ability to message on Wi-Fi. Okay. I mean, cool. I mean, and Big Ben's right. The camera video quality. In my last Pixel 4 video, it demolished the iPhone SE, and I would argue that it still holds pretty closer. Let me put it that way. It definitely does not surpass the iPhone 11 Pro Max. No question about that. But it does a lot better than other previous Pixels in the past. Larry brings it. 120 hertz is great for competitive gaming, which you're not doing on an iPhone. You're just not doing it. And I get it. It's the iPhones are great. They're buttery smooth. iMessage, is that just, please, I'm asking somebody, is that only because you want the ability to message on Wi-Fi? Because that's it. There you go. Social status symbol. Green bubble equals poor people. And I know some of us are saying that tongue in cheek, but that's very much a stigma that's out there. Oh, you're green? What? You're green? Oh, well, what kind of... Look at you with the poor Android. Look, most Androids actually run circles around iPhones in a lot of factors. Point and shoot, portrait mode, not iPhone. Not iPhone. Not going to do it. Video, look, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is great on video. I'm telling you right now that the Note 20 is really, really good. It is really, really good. It definitely gets you up there. Some people talk about data privacy with Apple. Let me tell you. Nope. They can teach you all. They can try to say it all day long, we protect your privacy. I mean, are they better than most? Absolutely. No question they're better than most. They are still a company that wants to either sell you or you be the product of the data that you give Apple. No question. Same with Amazon. And honestly, same with Google. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Facebook. The data that's really, really important to them. They can make money off of that data. I'm going to stop right here. Mr. Gabriel, thank you so, so much. Peach Facts. Peachy rhymes with Dichi. Does it work? Yeah. No? Okay. I'll go with it. The teens love them some iPhones, no question. iPhone split screen multitasking. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Although I will say, have you seen the Fold with the split screen multitasking? And I've done multitasking on the Note. It's great. I can watch like a heathen. I watch my videos like this, and I would definitely love that. I've also started to use this screen that I have from Lapao about just plugging in my device. Just great. I put a tweet out, either a tweet or something else. I was watching the US Open last week. I had my work computer here because I was totally working. I just happened to have it on in the background over on this nice little 15.6 inch screen. But I was totally working the entire time. I'm not even sure who won. I just don't even know. And so I had it on over there, and I really enjoyed having the ability to control my phone and have a big screen like that. So I get it. So yeah, I get it. The multitasking is so, so nice. Yeah. I have a bug that's flying around right here. Oh, I got it. Oh, like a ninja. Like I almost like a little, like I should have had chopsticks. That was sweet. Now I'm smudged all over my hand. Now it's on my pants. But the point is, I grabbed it. That was dope. Oh, that was dope. Vito says it here. Exactly. Someone tried to tell me the other day that they're not going to use Google because of privacy. Literally, if you turn off if you were to, most people don't even realize this. If you were to turn off Microsoft and Amazon, the entire internet would stop. It would cease to exist. And they're collecting far more data than Google or Apple. Far more data. And Apple and Google get a lot of data. But Microsoft and Amazon and Facebook are huge suckers of data. They get the data. Like, whoa. Let's talk about your data. Data time. Data. Gotta protect your data. Data. Protect your data with two-factor authentication. Yeah. Get the two-factor authentication. Don't use SMS for two-factor authentication. So that was my little security spiel to you. Okay, so last week, you know that Stats and I tried desperately to get a PlayStation 5. We were super stoked because at one point in the end of the show, I knew it. Digital Slang came through. He's like, I just dimmed the lights. Don't worry. You keep them dim, baby. You keep those dim because it's coming back. I'll throw another song on. I will do it. We'll do an all skate here in a minute. But Stats and I were desperately trying to find with Big Ben. You got me. Desperately trying to find a PlayStation 5. And we just couldn't do it. Could not find one. We thought we had one, kept going on the show a long time, and we just could not find one. So I vowed that I was going to still try and find a PlayStation 5 for several days after that. I found them. They were on eBay. They were on, send you the link. I haven't even made the link. I thought, don't you have a show? So Tech Odyssey said he was going to join me. Don't you have a show? If you don't have a show, it should be in 2 minutes. Let me know. So we were trying to find it. I found all the PlayStation 5 pre-orders. They were actually on eBay. It's the darndest thing. And they are selling for sometimes 50 to 60% markup. Sometimes now 100% markup. And so I'm not buying that. But I did vow that I was going to try to get the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, not to be confused with the Xbox. So the Xbox X, whatever the whole bunch of people messed up and they ordered the wrong ones, and they're going to be super pissed when they find that out. Okay, Adam, I will. Dude, look, I've had a week, bro. Following your Twitter account. I'll get the Skype fired up here in a second. So with that being said, I vowed that I was going to try to get an Xbox Series X. So, at 11 a.m. 2 days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, I decided to, on my Pixel 4, I was just refreshing Best Buy. I decided I'm just going to go through Best Buy. I had already signed in all the way to my account. I did all the things. I was like, okay, credit card's in, everything's in. I am ready to get this stupid Xbox because, like I said last week, if I flip it, I would flip it to somebody that, I would flip it and I would mark it up a little bit, but not like 50%. I might have said 50% if the person was being a jerk, but whatever. Now I'm to the point where if I were able to get one, I might want to keep it. So I was refreshing the screen. And if you look at the news reports, they actually said that Best Buy didn't unload their pre-orders for like an hour after the pre-order went live at 11 a.m. And I happened to catch a Series X, and I got it pre-ordered. So I have in my possession, officially paid for the whole 9 yards, an Xbox Series X. And I, much like Vito just said, I also don't know what to do with it, because like I have an Xbox. I mean, I use it to play 2K Golf 2K21, and if anybody wants that smoke, let me know at SPeachy, SPEACHEY on Xbox. You don't want that smoke. Just going to say that now for the golf. And yeah, like I am genuinely interested in like, what am I going to do with that? But then I went to eBay and was like, I wonder how much the Xboxes are selling for. And sweet mama jamma. Holy crap. Those things are selling for a lot of money. I mean, easily a 50% markup. And that's the close to the bottom of the barrel that I was seeing. A lot of them, I didn't see it for that. A lot of them I was seeing, I was seeing like $1,100, $1,100 for the pre-order. Now I have the exact same pre-order and all that other jazz that everybody else had, but I don't know. Like that is pretty, like, does somebody really want one? Does somebody want to buy my pre-order right now for, let's just do, like, we got 14 watching. Does somebody want to buy my pre-order Xbox Series X right now? I'm just going to throw a dollar figure, $800. $800. I got it right here. Mail it to you the day it comes out. November 10th. I think that's when it comes out. But see, now at this point, I put that out there. I don't even know if I want to sell it. But I don't want to be that guy who goes to eBay and be like, $1,200. Although that would be nice to pay for some from Christmas. And now that let me fire off this Skype link here to Adam. Copy link. Adam, that's going to be in your messages on the tweet machine. Send the link to you. Yeah. Nope, got it. There we go. Wait, what about this song? What? Yeah. I pre-ordered the Xbox Series X. What? This is what happens when I have a soundboard, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just put on a bunch of just random songs, and that's the best. I just sent this over to Adam, and as soon as he hops in, see, I agree. Scalping is not great. I don't want to do it either. Like, my thing is I at this point I should just keep it, which is fine. Sell it for $1,200 and use, and see, I get it. Like when people do it, I 100% get it. I really, really do. And then you get those like, so you've heard this like awful sob stories where the people are like, I have a son that I can do all these things with, and now you're telling me I can't do it. And then you see that person go around and then flip it for some unbelievably high price where you yourself just got. But I guess if you're getting your money back, then really could you get got? Let me unplug my headphones here and then bring in Adam real quick. Hang on. Oh, there's Adam. Hey, buddy. Hi, Frank. You can't see me. Well, it's Skype, but you just know that I'm there.
I don't want to know that you're there. I mean, this is weird enough already.
Okay, hang on.
My imagination.
Just my imagination. Who?
Okay,
sure. Ooh, digital slang. I see you working. Okay. You know what, sir? You add me on Xbox. SPeachy, SPEACHY. You can find me. You hit me up on Twitter too. I'll give you hit you in the DMs with the old machine.
So what is shaking?
What's going on, Adam? How are you, my man?
Good, yeah. So no show tonight.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Well, Dan's been sick for like the last couple of days, so he's been feeling kind of crummy. And then he said he had sent me a message yesterday, and he said, "Hey, I don't care how bad I feel. I'm going to come on the show tomorrow night." I'm like, "Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but it's okay.
We're
And
not
I,
Doctors Without Borders. We're not saving lives here.
yeah, but I was like, look, if you feel up to it, we'll do it. And then we were messaging earlier, our last night, and I was like, we should just call in tomorrow, and basically implying we should just both take the day off and play Call of Duty all day. Nothing to do with the show. And somehow he misunderstood that as I was canceling the show. So I messaged him the link with the show after I created it. I'm like, hey, you ready for the show tonight? He's like, you said we were calling it tonight. I'm like, no, I didn't. I said call in, not calling it.
Did you both not go to work and then still didn't do a show?
No, we did work. It was just one of
Uh-huh.
those joke things. It was a conversation where I was like, you don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like working. Call of
Well,
Duty sounds good. So yeah, it was a bit of a miscommunication, but legitimately he doesn't feel well. So I was talking. I was like, look, you weren't planning on it anyway. I'll take the link down. I'll tell everyone. We'll see them next week.
there you go. Look at you. You're just a great host.
So I saw
Co-host.
I saw that you were minus. Yeah, I'm a co-host. So I saw that you were minus stats tonight, and
Yeah.
I was taking the family out to dinner, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll go hop on and talk with Scott for a little bit, so he's not lonely.
Only the lonely. I will always have you on the show, sir. I didn't want to make it seem like when you hit me up, I was like, yeah, don't come on. It was literally like no, I'm trying to get the kids this, that, and the other. So, it is what
Oh,
it
I
is.
didn't even read that properly. I was feeding the family dinner, and
Well, good.
I don't even.
You didn't take it badly, which is great. So
No.
I hopped into one of your Twitter streams. Like I kind of hijacked it, and it was about the Pixel 5s, which is why I hijacked it. And I
Oh, okay.
wanted to know if you had seen all the rumors, like the Alphabet scoop from Google 9 to 5 has come out with all of these things about what it is, and like,
You're
yeah,
talking about
don't,
all the specs and everything.
yeah.
So we're talking 765G. It was like a 4,000 and like 20 battery. I can't remember what I know it was right over
Yeah.
4,000 for the battery. 8 GB of
Mm-hmm.
RAM, 90 hertz refresh rate, 1080p, wide angle, no Soli. I mean, is there something that you're looking for here particularly?
No, you mean you pretty much rattled it off. Thanks for well, the show's over, folks. He just rattled it off just like that. He just
I'm
went through.
sorry. Polycarbonate frame.
I'll be honest.
Hey,
Wait, I
I've
thought
got
was it
a-
6 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of RAM, or 8 gigs?
I believe it was 8 because I saw it. I'm like, yeah, finally they're gonna up it over this shenanigans crap that they keep doing with like
Look.
going.
RAM doesn't matter. You know that.
No, it doesn't. But at the same point in time, you and I look at that and say, okay, that doesn't matter. But whenever a consumer walks in the store and everything else in that price range is toting 8,
Yeah,
and
that's
they've got
fair.
6, I feel like, look, it doesn't cost that much money to throw the extra RAM chip in there.
Yeah,
Come on, guys, it's not that
I
big of a
agree with
deal.
that.
Just put it in there so that it looks better on the stat sheet.
Okay. So you're literally just passing the eye test thing. Like we know the RAM doesn't actually make that big of a difference. So
Yeah,
you're just saying it
really,
just passes the eye exam.
yeah. If you've got
Okay.
if you got a 10-ounce glass of water and you go to the fill it up and all you can get is 6 ounces, you don't need 10. So it's if you're not using it and if you don't have stuff on there that's going to use it, then there's no need for it.
I'm trying to think of Gorilla Glass 6, which is what I'm seeing, or was that in the 4A?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't remember. I remember Gorilla Glass. I don't remember which series. I haven't. As long as it's got Gorilla Glass in it. I mean, the stuff all scratches at at 6 and scratches more to 7. I mean, it doesn't matter which one it is.
With deeper grooves at a level 7. Thank
Yeah,
you, Zach, for that.
every single time.
Scratches
I
at
feel
level
like,
6, deeper grooves at 7.
I feel like I need a shirt that says deeper grooves at level 7 or
Pause. That's totally going to be taken out of context, and you'll be the person that takes it out of context with it too. Looks like they're going to go with a wide shooter on the back, is what I'm hearing.
yeah, it
Wide
looks
angle,
like
107 degrees.
yeah, it still looks like a 12 megapixel primary shooter too. Of course, it's going to have 5G. The only weird thing for me right now is people are saying that there's going to be a green color, and I have mixed feelings about that. I saw John Prosser like 3 or 4 weeks ago said that there was going to
Did
be
he?
a green one. Whatever. I mean, whatever green one they come out with is probably going to be like the not pink or the
Yeah.
barely blue or
It'll
whatever.
be like mintly green.
It's going to be so subtle you won't
Yeah.
be able to really. It won't be overtly that color. I mean, if you've got it under a yellow light instead of a white light, it'll still probably look or a one way or the other.
You know what you could do to just change the color?
Put a case on it.
Either 80% of the people wear cases anyway, so you're just going to put a case on it anyway, or just go to a D brand.
I don't do D brand.
I don't either, but like you could physically change the color of your device to anything that you want. I've had them on. I've spent like
get some nail polish, Scott.
I've done it.
Make
Done
that
it.
sucker, ruby red.
There you go. Hot rod red, like Iron Man. Vito says 96 inches, 90 hertz display, refresh rate, 4080.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the 90 hertz refresh rate still. Like I really liked it on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. I don't have too much heartburn over them taking solely and like the cool facial recognition out of it, which I genuinely liked. I think I was in a silent minority.
I loved it.
I thought it was amazing.
I loved it.
Especially for first generation. I thought it was way better than Face ID on the iPhone. Like I will miss that.
I feel like 2020 killed Face Unlock.
Oh, so bad, dude.
Like it just destroyed it. Like, oh, you didn't realize how nice it was to have the ability to unlock your phone. Like when you have the ability to do it, when you're wearing a mask, it's game over.
What I want to die is under the screen fingerprint sensors.
Oh God, I hate it.
They're so bad. Like they're so but you kind of get over it every once in a while, and every time I touch one of the Pixel 3 or 4 series devices, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off all over again, and my hatred comes back.
Well, see, for me, it's like through the Note Ultra, the Note 20 Ultra has it, and it's awful. Everybody's like, it's so fast. I was like, on what? No,
so,
awful.
Legitimately, the Note 20 Ultra, it is better. Let me say this though. Only if there's no screen protector on it. If you put a screen protector on it, and I have the Zag one, maybe 4 out of 10 times I pick it up and try to get it to work the first time, it works. Sometimes I still have to try 3 or 4 times and end up putting in my PIN.
Yep.
How in 2020 at $1,300 is this futuristic technology still in this phone?
I don't know. I don't understand it. We have a Juan sighting wearing a mask. Ugh. Juan sighting. Juan just popped in, just reminded me. I'll be doing a review of these in-ear monitors probably this week, maybe even dropping tomorrow. These are the Moondog Blessings 2.
Oh yeah, I talked to the Moon people. I talked to them and ended up not working with them.
I'm curious. I'll have to hit you in the DMs afterwards as to why.
Juan. Hello, Juan.
So like I'll have to ask you why. That's all I'm going to say on live air.
I'm not going to say anything bad about their product because I've never tested it. It was more of a between me and them thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I reached out. They made a proposition. I didn't like it and said, thank you, but I'll pass. And then that was it.
Fair enough.
So nothing negative against them. It's just, I'm sure they sound great. I know El Jefe thinks that they're good.
Oh my God, they're fantastic.
I'm going to have my periodic sound ones out next week. And yeah, it was funny. I had the really nice ones, the carbon ones or whatever they're called. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I have those too.
Oh, they're so good.
And oh my God, they're so good.
I got the amp to go with them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't get the amp.
You need to be a better negotiator. I'll do a master class.
I appreciate that. I definitely have questions for you. Look, I'm just a lowly dude that just makes YouTube videos, bro. That's all I do.
That's what I do.
Yeah, but your curve's like this. My curve's like meh. Yeah.
Here's the thing though. It really depends on what I make. And I don't want to talk too much about my channel right now, but 8 months ago, like I was not in a good position, and just a couple of my videos took off, and the algorithm liked me for a few months. It's still going well. It's settled down a lot, but there are still videos I can make. Like today, I released my unboxing and first impressions video of the Apple Watch Series 6. Like it a lot. As of 12 hours, it has like 300 views. So it's like I can have a video that my audience does not like, and it will still get no views.
Yep.
So that's the thing, and that's why people say you need to niche down. Unfortunately, I refuse to niche down because
I won't do it either.
I like to review everything.
Yep.
So
Same.
sometimes I suffer. Sometimes I get a video that gets a few thousand views. Sometimes I get a video that gets 300 views.
Yep.
So it's just the way that it goes. So
I can't niche down, man. Like I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Like I love having the ability, like to just be like, oh, headphones, cool. Working with Joby, they sent me over this crazy contraption. This guy right
nice.
here. Yeah, like so they're like, hey, do you want to review this? I was like, yeah, cool. So like they sent me this giant selfie stick, effectively, and I'm excited to review it.
I have one like that I got from Blitzwolf a while ago, and funny thing, I reviewed it, and in the first month it got like 198 views, and then like 6 months later I look and it was at like 10,000 views. It's like you never know. YouTube makes no sense.
No.
Here's the moral of the story when it comes to YouTube: never be demoralized by one video.
No, never.
Never.
And you never know what video will take off. My most popular video has nothing to do with tech. Nothing to do with tech at all.
My most popular video is the unboxing and first impressions video I did of the BlackBerry Evolve. It came out in India. Was not released anywhere else. I bought it off of Amazon for like $128, and it was one of those ones where I just wanted to look at it. It wasn't one that I thought was like, okay, this is going to be a great video. I just bought it. I unboxed it like any other video. I spent $128 on it, and now it's like on the doorstep of 500,000 views. It's still going for like the last 5 months. So you never know. And then it's like I get something and I think it's going to be the most amazing thing ever, and I'm really excited about it, and then it gets like 800 views in 3 weeks. So
Kathleen was making fun of me for having a selfie stick, so now it's in frame. Just spite of her.
What man that doesn't respect himself doesn't have a selfie stick? I mean, I've got one.
We all have to have one. We're content creators.
Yeah, it's kind of important. I'm using this piece of junk right now, this DJI OM4.
You just called it a piece of junk?
I don't like it.
No?
No.
Jeez.
Look, I'm a very sedentary human being. If I did action things...
I don't like movement.
If I were like riding around the bike on the neighborhood trying to record my kids and stuff, it would be amazing.
Stabilization on phones nowadays are so good for people like us because all we have to do is walk, and they're like, we got you, fam. Like, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I was trying to do something with it earlier. I'm like, quit turning. Quit. Because it likes to try and focus on objects. I'm like, no, I just want to do a pan shot. That's it.
Yeah. Like with us, it's easy. It's like pan shot.
So, it works great.
Yeah.
I got this for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to do my Surface Duo unboxing that I did that plane video. And I couldn't do it with a selfie stick. It would have not had the stabilization I needed. And I couldn't freehand that at all. So this actually worked amazing for that. And I got it because I'm reviewing a drone right now that I'm wrapping up, and I needed to be able to do footage outside because there's just too much. I can't just stand there like this, and try and do everything with one hand. It just wouldn't work. So
I get
that's why this exists. The problem is not that it's not a magnificent gimbal. The problem is that I record with the Note 20 Ultra, and it's still too big.
Yep, it's still too heavy. You have to offset it with quarters.
They found a way. They've got this neat thing now. So there's like a little apparatus that normally you put your phone in or whatever.
Yeah.
It has that with a little clamp, It won't work with that because the clamp is too much weight. So they worked around that, and they give you this little sticker with a little D-ring on the back. So you have to use that. It's magnetic, so then it connects. Oh my goodness! It connects onto there, and then.
I don't like I do not like the idea of putting a permanent fixture on my phone. Do not like that.
Oh, I don't either. I'm taking the sucker back because it's useless.
Yeah.
It works barely enough with this phone, and it's okay, but I don't like having this fixture on the back of my phone. It won't go in cases properly. It's just a mess. So as soon as I finish up this video, I'm taking it back because it does not suit my needs. It is not that good. If you have an iPhone 11, it's amazing. If you have a phone with a 6.8-inch screen that weighs half a pound, it is not amazing.
Correct. Miss Sheila, don't worry. I'm not niching down at all. It's totally a selfie stick. Joe, appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have to give all of the credit for this lighting to the original Dobo. The original Dobo. He gave me this lighting. Joe, if you want, it's not expensive. Like, I have 2 lights right there that I bought on Amazon for like maybe total $90 for 2, and you could probably get away with just 1. And no joke, I cut out squares of parchment paper from the kitchen and taped them over to diffuse the light a little bit more rather than it being really harsh, because I want a Godox or some other really fancy light, but I don't want to pay for it, and I'm not big enough to get like a review unit.
Yeah, I don't think they would send me anything. It's real hit or miss. There are sometimes I get companies that will work with me, and I'm like, wow, that's really surprising. And then there's some that I think would work with me, and they won't return my email, or they'll be like, "Now we're good, bro. Thanks."
Yeah. Like I have actually had some really good luck here, like in the last 60 days. Really good luck, which I'm stoked about.
Well, you got in with LG now, finally, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
I did. Does that mean they're going to send us wings? Because that'd be sweet.
Okay, so here's the skinny on the wing. And I'm not going to divulge any trade secrets here or anything. They're not seeding them out to reviewers like us right now. Like they got a couple of them out to like XDA and like a couple like
the logical ones.
Yeah. A couple of the really big name outlets. I would anticipate that we'll probably see them closer to when the rubber meets the road when they're going to get here, but they're not being sent out right now. I've already talked to them.
Well, but
my hope is yes.
Yes, my hope is that too. I have I'm still going through the process of working. I actually have the Velvet in the case right here.
It's a fantastic phone.
Oh my God, an unbelievably great phone. Just shocking. Like, I watched the U.S. Open on it. Like, I had Twitter on the bottom screen and then the U.S. Open on the top screen, and it's just fantastic. Like, you don't like if I wanted a dual screen phone and I didn't want to pay for a Fold or a Duo, that's the one, hands down.
Yeah. I actually made a video between the Surface and the Velvet the other day, and there's just not enough there to justify the extra $700. Like, the only person that should go out and buy a Duo is the person who has $1,400 and doesn't care and just wants it.
And see, that's the same kind of concept for the Fold too. Really, is like you want a foldable, you want that, but if you're doing it like, look, the Velvet in terms of productivity, the Microsoft apps on Android, whether that's Duo, they're the same darn thing. Like, literally, they do the same thing. Trust me. In my professional career, not my YouTube career, I use Microsoft everything. It works on the Velvet the same way it works on the Duo.
With the Velvet, you can still do the dual icons that will double launch at the same time.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a selling point for the Duo because they have some of them that are already set up. So, like, here, I've got my Duo.
Like, I knew the Duo one, but I didn't know LG had the same thing.
Yep,
like,
does the exact same thing. So, like,
It's
You've
like
got,
it's a big selling point with the Duo, but it's like an afterthought with LG.
yeah. So like you've got the icons here, and if I hit like this one has YouTube and something, I don't know what it is, YouTube and the news, and you hit it, and they both load at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do the same thing with the icons on the Velvet. I believe you have to go into the menu and the settings maybe to do it. But
Okay.
I made like I think it's under the dual screen setting in the settings. I don't have mine out here with me right now. But if you go drop down the settings, go to dual screen, I think that's where you do it at. But for my video the other day, I realized that, and I was like, oh well, let me make a couple of these. And I had like Instagram and Twitter where you click it and they pop up at the same time.
That's that's unbelievable.
Yeah. So nobody talks about that for the Velvet.
Multi-app
Or
shortcut.
yep, there you go. So ta-da. Nobody talks about that for the Velvet. Nobody talks about that for the V60. It's a selling point for the Duo, but it's not that big of a selling point because
You literally just gave me my video idea for the Velvet. You legitimately just gave it to me. Like just the second you gave me. And if I get like 1,000 views, I'm gonna give you like $3. I will give. Well, look, I don't get a very good cost per thousand, so I don't get a lot of money here, bro. Like this.
I am a very un-YouTuberish YouTuber. Like people would talk to me about that stuff a few months ago. I'm like, what's CPM, bro? Like what they're like all these different things. I'm like, look, let me explain something to you. I just go film things at night, video, and I upload them, and then I'm like, wow, people watched it.
I know. I'm still stunned that we have 8 people in here watching us talk, because there are times when I don't want to hear either myself or you talk, and yet here we are.
It's funny, Dan and I. So I do my Friday night block party like hangout thing that I like to do on Friday. I mean, you've been there a few times, and so we talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Like Dan and I were talking about like jobs. We're talking about how not having children until you're in your 30s. We're talking about like all sorts of different like adult things, non-tech related. And we had like 22 people in there. They're just like, oh yeah, like we're just having this great middle-aged live stream, and it was like it started off as tech, and somehow it migrated into all of our terrible life decisions and finding yourself and doing things in your 30s and your 40s. And
that's the best.
Yeah, it was a good time, and like the people were really engaged and active, but it just was not it was whatever.
Yeah. Kathleen says, I'm not sure why I'm still here. Great question.
In all fairness, Kathleen, I don't know why I'm still here.
I say it all the time. Is like the idea is like that's why I love doing. Like I picked a tough day because like there's a lot of great shows live on Wednesdays. It's like your show's usually at 8:30. Mine starts at 8. Well, so 8:30 my time, Eastern time.
Yeah.
8 o'clock my time over here. I know that. I think Tana does one. There's a lot on Wednesday nights, like, but I love my like little corner of the internet. I love folks that come and talk and hang out. Like this is fun for me. Like I have a great time. Now next week though is live show 100.
Oh wow.
100. So I'll probably talk about. I'll talk about Greg and how we started the whole thing. I will say like I'll make clips. That's not going to happen. Let's be real. I also know me, and I won't
even post a link for your show till like 30 minutes before. You're not making clips.
Exactly. I'm not making clips. So the idea is like I'm going to bring in kind of like the things. I'm going to bring in probably some guests. I say that now, like maybe they'll show up. If you want to come on, let me know.
If you need a guest before 7:30, I'll be here.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like live show 100. I'm not making a cake. It's just another Wednesday. It's a lot of shows. Like one thing I will say is like, you really learn, you learn a lot about yourself. I learn what my crutch words are. I start a lot of my sentences in videos with the word so.
I do as well. But whenever I it makes it easy to edit because I have a nice verbal pause after the show.
Yeah.
So I just chop them all out and you can't even tell they're all there.
Yeah, see, that's the easiest way to do it, is like, but I just go like, so blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, it's really, really hard to edit out because like my jowls get in the way. And
It's hard. The reason that I am okay at it is because a lot of people don't maybe know this. I spent 16 years in the military. 12 of the years I was in, one of my additional duties was I was a weapons instructor, and I used to teach very large weapons instruction classes, rifles, pistols, machine guns, grenade launchers, all that stuff. Sometimes 10 people, sometimes 60 people. You never know. But it was an all-day thing. It would be like 3 hours of straight instruction, talking, have a little lunch break, 3 more hours of instruction, and then the next day take people out to the range and run the range. Run the fire line, tell people what to do, all the instructors, do this, do that, going down range, checking the targets. But going through, I took a 12-week long instructor course, 5 days a week. While we were there, 3 weeks straight was developing lesson plans, talking, critiques, evaluations, watching other people, learning about verbal pauses, different things, like different. Everybody has words. Like I use so. Some people say some people say everybody has
crutch words. You learn them. It's one of those things. I appreciate this, Miss Sheila. Thank you very much. I never noticed them until somebody pointed them out. It's just one of those things.
It takes time.
Preston, I totally get it. I totally get it.
It's very difficult to breathe that out of the way that you talk. And once you do, or once you can get to a point where cognitively you kind of understand that you're doing it, you'll find ways to just pause, or you won't necessarily just keep saying those canned words that you have all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Mine is Yeah, I get it. Is an easy one. It happens. But the one thing I will notice, like doing these live shows, because again, there is something inherently awesome and scary about the live, is during my professional career, my YouTube career has helped me a ton because I basically am prepared for just about anything to go wrong. And because you have to react so quick on YouTube to something going wrong, it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, I know what I'm going to do next, because maybe you did it 2 weeks ago on a live show when everything just went to hell in a handbasket. It's helped me a bunch that way.
Yes, there is that, and you get good at talking.
Yeah.
But I talk to Dan, and Dan will be like, man, if he ever can't make it, he's like, hey, I'm sorry I can't make it. Tell him, dude, who on this planet likes to listen to themselves talk more than I do? Like, I can talk. Like, this is not one of those things where it's like, does somebody need to go bye-bye?
No, I was just saying thank you to Preston for his, if you need a guess for 100.
Oh, I thought you were waving to someone. So,
nope.
Yeah, so I told him, I said, look, I can talk all day long. It's just better if I have somebody to talk to.
Yep.
It's more engaging. It's more fun. I mean, you can kind of bounce off each other, have some laughs and stuff. It's not just, hey guys, what's going on? Glad you came here to listen to me talk for another hour.
Yeah, like I have no shortage of words. Very rarely do I have shortage of words. That happens. It's pretty rare, but I mean, I can go for a while in terms of the talking part. But it's a lot easier when you have somebody to be like, oh, you're such an idiot, or something like that, because it's just more fun.
I'm good at that.
Well, I mean, Stats is normally here, so it's usually easy. So there's that.
Yeah, my wife is finding all this out the hard way now. And
that's right. She's on YouTube.
Yeah, so she was telling me earlier, she's like, oh, I got to record a video tonight, but I just really don't want to. I'm like,
yes, let the hate flow through you. Yes.
But I tell her, I said, yeah, but you have to.
You just got to bang it out. You got to do those things. Like you have to, like I'm recording one right after the show.
I am too. I've got 2 that I shot in the last 2 days. I've got the B-roll. I've got 1 I got to finish the A-roll for, and I'll be editing. But it's funny because I've been doing this for 3 years now, and my wife has always been like, okay, yeah, whatever, okay. I mean, she's more interested now that I've been making some actual money this year.
Oh yeah,
because women like when they see the little dollar sign attached to the time that you're doing. I mean, any significant other. I mean, if you're doing a hobby and then ultimately you start making money off of it, then it becomes more interesting to them than you're just wasting your time. So now she's like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, you're doing really good, honey."
Mm-hmm.
So she decided, because she is all about this whole Tesla thing, she wanted to make a Tesla channel. I'm like, you know what? That's great. People will like that. That's
Yes, they
something you
will.
enjoy. You'll have a lot of enthusiasm because you care about it. I went and I bought her the ZV-1 for like an early anniversary present so she can make her
Nice.
videos. And I'm still using my Sony A7 II, and I'm like, here you go, honey. You can have the $800 camera I've refused to buy myself.
Well, I thought you just got a new camera.
This is the camera I have is the very first camera I've ever bought, and I got it in May. Yes,
I
got
could
it
have
in
swore that you just said you bought a brand new one like a month ago.
May. Mm-mm.
Were
No,
you?
I bought her this. I'm supposed to be getting a Panasonic G100
Okay.
from Panasonic, but they told me they sent it to me twice, and then realized they didn't actually send it to me. And we've been going back and forth for like 6 weeks now. So if it shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, then whatever. I was really looking forward to it.
Well, yeah.
But no, I've still been using I just finally got my A7 II dialed. And it's funny because people are like, my A7 IIIS or whatever. I'm like 8 years behind in the camera world, but hey, it's not been my bag.
I have literally used. Well, this is brand new. Like, well, brand new is relative.
What are you using?
I have the EOS R, the Canon EOS R.
Those are good.
Love it. Huge Canon guy. I was a T7i before this.
Dan was using the M50, but he is now using the A6400, I believe.
Okay, 4K. Nice.
I'm a 1080p kind of guy. I actually, however, I did shoot like 1 or 2 videos using my wife's ZV-1 just to test it out. The autofocus is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability to shift between objects is just uncanny. But it still has some shortfalls, and the external microphone pickup is not as good as the one in my A7 II. So I'm like, my voice doesn't sound that good, but the video's spot on.
Yeah, it's really good. So this is 1080p here.
What I like about the ZV-1 is it has a fantastic built-in microphone.
Yes,
it's so good.
It does.
So that's why I told her, I said, look, you get this, you use this, you don't need to plug anything else into it. This will work perfectly fine for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
If in a year you take off and it's crazy and you're really getting into production value, then maybe look at an alternative for certain situations. But this ZV-1 will be great for you.
I have I want to do the ZV-1. I really do. But the Note is really great.
It's so good, man. And have you listened to the microphone pickup in the Note?
It's good. The 4A, great. It's like I can't justify it because I think I can get as good out of one of the phones that I have.
And that's kind of my thing. If I've shot remotely, I've shot outside, and the Note 20 Ultra microphone pickup is just so good.
Unreal. Yep. All right, man. We're about 10 minutes over. Plug your stuff so they can find you so that I can then go record videos. Where can they find you, man? Hello?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, you're 10 minutes over on your show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus,
sorry.
man.
I haven't been looking at the clock. I figured you'd just tell me when to shut up.
No, we were just 10 minutes over. I didn't want to stop. You just blanked out there. You're like, hang on.
Oh, no, I was looking at you said we're over. I thought you were talking to somebody else. So I was trying to look at the comments to see who you were talking to.
No, talking to you.
My bad.
Dude, you're good. You're good.
It's been great then. Sure. If you need to go, then.
Hey, where can they find you on the socials? Holy crap.
If you want to find me on social media, I'm sorry. But if you want to follow me, you can go to Twitter, Adam J. Matlock, one word. And then Of course, on YouTube, it's just Tech Odyssey, one word.
Oh, God. To play us out. What does that even mean? You can find me on the tweet machine at Scott Peachy or on the gram for now at the Scott Peachy. I believe you, sir, are also on the gram.
Yes, I am on the gram.
You are.
Here's the thing about Instagram. I post pictures of things nobody wants to see, i.e. tech things from a guy with 600 subscribers.
I post pictures of chocolate whipped cream.
Oh, man, you had me. I really wanted a Three Musketeer after that.
It was. By the way, it's still very good if you do it.
Anyway, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, I do post pictures of things that I cook sometimes, in addition to phone things or things I do with my family. It's Tech_Odyssey because some hobo already had my name.
Ugh, sucker.
Hopefully, it's working less for him than it is for me. So whatever, bro.
You're doing all right then. All right, folks. Appreciate it. Adam, as always, gentleman and a scholar. Thanks for stopping by. Folks, I will see you for show 100 next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, to play us out. Really nice. I mean, I can't hear it because I'm plugged into something else. Because normally I'd be like, but I can't hear it, so I have no idea what it sounds like. But anyway, y'all have a great one. Be good or be good at it.